What's up, guys? It's Motorco here, and I want to talk about this update. I'm extremely excited for the month of September. The Samurai, Assassin, and Red Mage's jobs were announced today. These jobs are ultimate focus jobs. They're going to focus on doing a lot of damage with their ultimates. Samurai has one of the strongest ultimates in the game for quite some time. I'm not sure exactly when he gets eclipsed. Probably by one of the special jobs that gets released eventually. One of the event jobs will surpass his ultimate, but until then, um, he's going to be the bee's knees. Assassin is going to have an extremely good ultimate for single target fights. So multiplayer instances such as a Freet that is going to be coming out soon, which is a fire-based fight. Assassin is going to have a very good usefulness there. Assassin also has one of the highest break powers in the game for quite some time until the monk class gets released. And I think it's the second or third job into the monk class, so it's not even really initially when the monk class gets released that Ranger gets, or the Assassin gets matched. I don't want to say it gets surpassed because it never really actually gets eclipsed that much as a break class. So Assassin is going to be extremely useful, and if you're excited about playing them, an Assassin, I highly suggest getting him up as soon as possible. It's a great job to have. I don't know much about Red Mage. I haven't researched it much, but its ultimate looks pretty nasty. It'll cast Ruinga more than once. So I don't know anything about Red Mage, but as soon as I possibly can, I'm gonna get a Samurai video to you guys. I plan on heavily trying to summon jobs until I get Samurai, and I have quite a substantial amount of Earth seeds to be able to unlock him right now. So um, I'm gonna be able to get very deep into summoning into Samurai almost as soon as possible. There's a couple of new cards being released. I want to brush on these real fast. There's very important things that are being released. All of the classes are going to have access to all elements now with the release of these new cards, and that's extremely useful. Ranger class cards, Ranger class jobs, particularly the Hunter, are going to want to focus on these fire cards that are coming out, especially the single target and the AoE fire cards. And the reason I say that is because once the last four panels get released for these jobs, the Hunter is going to have access to plus 350% fire damage, which means that your Fire Ranger cards are going to be extremely critical for you to have around and have as high as you possibly can get them. One of the new fast learner cards that is of note is Thor. Thor is a wing warrior ability, single target earth attack, ignores target defense for one turn. So that's gonna be very useful for Samurai initially. I don't think that it's gonna be all that. Eventually, you're gonna want to have Phantom and a couple of other cards. So Thor will probably be good to have around for at least a little bit, and then you can replace him later once you get your other cards leveled up. Some of the early acquisition cards that you can only get these through summons, so you have to use a 6 ability ticket summon for a chance at getting these. Um, Carbuncle, Alexander, and this Lebelos guy. Alexander and Carbuncle especially look interesting. Alexander could be very useful, especially for Assassin. Assassin has extremely low hit points, and it gives up a lot of survivability for the ability to get high damage and high break. So Alexander is probably going to be a pretty useful card for them to kind of supplement the low hit points, so that way they're not taking as many big blows. Um, I don't know exactly how much hit points Alexander's going to absorb. It remains to be seen. if it's a substantial amount, Alexander could be useful outside of Assassin. Um, Carbuncle is going to replace the Hades card for any low damage classes such as Knight, Black Mage, and White Mage. Those all come to mind. Carbuncle is going to be a much superior card to Hades for those classes. Um, you have Zephyr here. The wind abilities for Warrior coming out, Fire for Ranger, and Earth for Mage. Zephyr is going to be a card that's very useful for Samurais in the future. There's not very many AoE cards that are much better for that in the wind category, at least for quite some time. So if you plan on playing Samurai, Zephyr is definitely a card you want to kind of focus on. Dynamis and Gomon are definitely cards that are going to be focused on for Hunter. So if you play Hunter, I highly suggest you getting these cards initially and really doing your best to try and level them up. The Goblin King is coming out for mages, which means that you're going to be able to pump all your Adamant Terrapins into your Goblin King and level him up right away. So definitely do not max summon Goblin King. Um, I just take him with your 3 ability tickets and level him up as you can. So those are some of the changes. Now, some of the events that are coming out. There's a new farming area that's going to surpass the Chocobo, or not the Chocobo, the Poo Poo event. Um, for your ability to be able to farm, you're going to want to check up on these as soon as possible, and make sure that you're farming your element. There's going to be a different element every day. So every day you need to check up on those and hit that area as hard as you can, because it's going to be the best place for you to get skill seeds for a substantial amount of time moving forward. I think eventually they're gonna release one where you can get like a times 300 modifier, which is insane, and just get a massive amount of ability seeds. But for right now, that's going to be the area that you're going to want to farm in. Um, so let's go over this interface changes real fast. Um, the first thing that you're going to notice when you open your card screen is the multiplayer decks function, and you're going to be able to build multiplayer decks. Now, if you look at the jobs, there's all kinds of different job abilities here. The thief has the attacker role set up. So does the mage. Um, the break classes are hunter and ranger right now. Those are going to be specifically specialized at breaking. The knight is set up as a defender class. So is warrior, and white mage is the support class. So I plan on playing white mage. This is probably going to be my setup. The fight is a freak, which is a fire-based fight. So you want to bring ice cards for damage cards if possible. Uh, my best damage card right now is Fafnir. He's fully leveled. So I have Fat Chocobo here for defense, and Yuna for support heals, and Artemis for helping the party break faster. This is probably going to be a very good setup to bring for the Ifrit fight. I don't know if it's going to be the best one. There might be some different cards that you could bring to be a little bit more useful. Say if you have a lot of black mages in your class, you're probably going to want to bring Moogle, which boosts magic attack and things. So those are some things to consider. It's definitely based off of what I'd have a couple of different setups for your multiplayer. I'd have an alternate job as well, just in case your main job is being used and heavily. Like, you don't want to go into the fight with 4 white mages or 5 white mages or whatever. That's kind of insane. I wouldn't recommend doing that. You're going to want to have a balanced party. So in order to do that, you're going to want to have 2 jobs available to offer. So definitely keep that in mind. you might have to set up your weapons and things too. So, say if you have like the Onion Knight and you want to play a warrior class, you're probably going to have to set up your weapons. So, definitely look out for that when you're doing this. Another thing you're going to notice at the top of your screen is that you have two energy bars now. One is your multiplayer energy bar, your other one is your single player, and you can toggle them by tapping on this area up at the top left corner. So you'll notice that you start off as rank 1 on your multiplayer, which is good because that means that you're going to be able to replenish your multiplayer energy bar a lot initially, which means that you're going to be able to fight a Ifrit quite a few times and get a lot of practice in with the Ifrit fight. So that's something to keep in mind. You're going to level up very quickly. Your energy bar is going to replenish. So if there's an option to do higher energy fights for Ifrit, I would definitely choose that option, especially initially. The problem with that is the difficulty for those fights is probably going to increase. So that's something to also keep in mind. So yeah, that's pretty much all I have for this video at this time. Those are pretty much all the interface changes available at the moment. There's extremely exciting things coming down the pipe, guys. I will definitely be releasing videos for all of the new content, and I will get you a samurai video released as soon as possible. And I will show you guys. I will definitely be showcasing the samurai and its abilities. So good luck, guys, or have fun, guys, with the new update. Hopefully, you guys have planned for it. If you like playing Ranger class jobs, definitely consider the Assassin. And I'll see you guys next video.